Buenos dias. Buongiorno. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening. And also good night, Australia. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Mis amigos. So, dear hearts, today we have here in Germany a very warm day. I hope you are doing very well and you had a wonderful, blessed week, and that you are ready to just feel your I am presence, feel the work of the violet flame, receive the Lords of Karma blessings, and dissolve great amount of accumulation in this day. Hola, desde Mexico. So, thank you so much. All the best for all of you too. And now let us start it in God's way, as always. So welcome to the 7 Sacred Weeks Vlog 23. In today's service, we will perform the electronic circles contemplation. Then we are going to read it together. Beloved Lady Nada's Discourse. Then we are going to do the meditation to dissolve the karmic ties and bonds. And then we are going to continue understanding the karmic law. But today I just put the items of that article in simple words that we use in the Ascended Master teachings. So let's go. To start it, as always, let us connect with our beloved mighty and presence within our hearts, and just to feel that divine presence within you, active, governing your outer activity. Feel that presence within you, acting and governing your activity of thoughts, feelings, words, and deeds. Just feel that golden light of your heart expanding in, through, and around your 4 lower bodies, and visualize that you are a sun presence of the cosmic Christ control in this world. And give thanks. Send your love to this wonderful I am presence. And let us do together the opening blessing. Beloved mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond. For I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, just feel the connection of your I am presence in your heart to the heart of the Christmas star above your house. And by the love, power of your divine presence, visualize the expansion of the light of that star, and from it, millions of light rays expanding into all directions, blessing the area where you live. Charge those light rays with Ascended Master love, Ascended Master feeling, Ascended Master consciousness, Ascended Master harmony, Ascended Master kindness, Ascended Master knowledge, Ascended Master control of all things in this world, and Ascended Master peace, Ascended Master perfection, and visualizing that these virtues of the light are being anchored in the hearts and minds of every human being in your area and also in this world. And also expand light ways to bless the forces of the elements. And so it's done. And now let us connect as our Christmas star with the Christmas star above the Royal Teton Retreat. And just to visualize the expansion of the light of that star above the Rocky Mountains. And let us charge those rays also with the Ascended Master consciousness, peace, harmony, and blessings of the light. And may that light hold control of America, Canada, and the world, bringing Ascended Master perfection here, there, and everywhere. Also, let us feel the heart of this sacred place and the brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat. The Ascended Masters are there, and they support us during our service. Let us visualize also our force field, the sphere of light around the planet, built up by the love of our hearts. And let's feel the expansion of the light of our force field. And may the Ascended Masters use it to pour their blessings into this world. May they protect us, our atmosphere, our internet connection. And may they use us to produce perfection. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, let us take our water and call for the elixir of life. Beloved I am presence, Saint Germain, brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, lords of the elements and powers of light, please charge this mineral water with whatever substances and virtues we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the ascended masters in our physical bodies. When we drink this water at the end of our decrees, by the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And let us put the water to be charged during this service. And now I would like just that you contemplate the charge of the mighty and presence, and just place yourself in the position of the chila there, and feel the violet flame blaze and blazing and blazing in through and around you, purifying your 4 lower bodies in this moment. Feel the tube of crystalline white light substance that descends from the presence and clothes you in the protection of the light. Feel the invincibility of this tube of the light, making you now and forever invulnerable, invincible, intangible against human creation. Seal this tube of light with the cosmic Christ purity, the blue lightning, giving it almighty protection. Feel your connection, your oneness with your presence in your electronic body. Visualize your causal body, the rings of colors around the electronic body. Visualize this causal body so radiant, gorgeous, glorious, and feel the powers and powers stored within that rings of colors. And just ask your beloved mighty and presence through its wisdom that you may use those powers and powers in this moment, in this eternal now, to produce God's perfection in your life and world. And so it's done, and I know it's sustained. And I call the beloved mighty I am presence to keep all of us within this almighty electronic circle of protection, so we may be in this planet fulfilling our divine plan, but nevermore, nevermore, nevermore be touched, disturbed by human creation. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now let us connect with our beloved Lady Nada. Just feel her luminous presence in, through, and around you. Feel her kindness of light, her peace, her unconditional love, and her blessings. And just dwell within this wonderful, glorious presence that Lady Nada is. And let us read some words that she gave us last year. She told us, "You are the divine beings of future generations." Dear students, with great joy I address you once more and bring you on this day the blessings of the Lords of Karma and of the entire fraternity of the Royal Teton. We are very happy with your dedication and hope that you remain motivated. Remember, motivation is a wonderful thing, for when you are motivated, you are being inspired by the Christ presence in your hearts towards something you wish to achieve, and this causes you to move from the inside out, where you tap into your latent inner qualities, pulling them into outer activity. My children, this world is a school. Each new day presents you with an opportunity to develop and become the masters you wish to be. Well, that is exactly why you feel so strongly connected with us. Maybe you have not thought about it, at least in this exact way. But when you feel the truth of the Ascended Masters, it is a sign that your own inner presence is awakening. And with that, it inspires you to walk in our direction so that in the near future you can merge with the supreme mind of the Ascended Masters. Saint Germain once told me that when we have a strongly connection with one Ascended Master, probably we are near our ascension. If it doesn't happen in this embodiment, it might happen in the next one. Because this is strong connection with one or more ascended master is like a magnet that draws us into that great family of light. So, beloved Nada continues, within the Ascended Master Consciousness, we are all one with the presence of life, motivated, inspired, and guided by its supreme mind. Although we are an individualized life stream, we carry at the same time the feeling of perfect unity with all other life streams, as we understand that in essence we are just one. The great I Am presence at work in the world of forms. The closer the victory of ascension is for a given individual, the greater is their feeling of perfect oneness with all that exists. For we recognize that all beings are but vehicles of a supreme cosmic activity composed of the same electronic substance and moved by the same divine mind, which governs, nurtures, and impels all beings towards ever greater perfection. You are the gods, divine beings of future generations, my children. Although you feel greatly limited by this body of flesh, you are here to overcome the pull of gravity and gain perfect mastery over substance and energy. Each of your challenges are part of this cosmic achievement. Therefore, keep a good mood and remember that you are here to overcome obstacles and you can only become masters of yourselves if you remain motivated, positive, and constructive during your journey in this human octave. Remember that today, that was last year, and it's good to remember that we must burn our karmic petitions. We can do it June 30, one day before, in the evening before going to sleep, or in the morning of July 1st. So remember that at July 1st, you must burn your karmic petition and send the etheric substance to the lords of karma here in the tomb. Will you gladly receive this substance, which we will add to the energy created by your daily reading of it? And according to your merit and desire for freedom, we will use this to provide you with the assistance you desire in your individual and collective affairs. None of your efforts go unnoticed by the lords of karma, my children. We know exactly all of them and reward them every time. Know that we are here to help you and we want you to be victorious. Stay in harmony, connect in this activity, and you will see how you will be moved by invincible hands towards your freedom. I pour you my love and light. Thank you, Nada. So it's a very beautiful discourse of beloved Nada, simple words, but it has a powerful meaning that shows us that our connection with the Ascended Master um, is a symbol of our development because we could not feel the proximity with the Ascended Masters without being near our ascension. Thank you, beloved Nada. Nada, please bless us all and help us to do our part in this world, to have the victory of ascension in this embodiment or maybe in the next ones. I am so grateful. Now, dear hearts, let us send our love, deepest love and gratitude to the lords of karma in the royal tomb. Let's send the great divine director, the goddess of liberty, beloved Nada, Pallas Athena, Elohim Cyclopea, beloved Kuan Yin, and Lady Portia. Let's say then, we are so thankful for all the opportunities given to us every day, so that we can achieve the victory of ascension. Also, let us do the mantra of this year and connect also our mind with the mind of the karmic board. So together, feeling first, beloved Maitreya as a sun presence expanding in our um, third eye, but not only here in the middle of the eyebrow, but in the middle of our brain, just to feel that sun presence expanding and enlighten your brain, and feel that your mind in this moment connect with the mind of these great beings of light, the lords of karma, and let us call. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. With the karmic board's cosmic mind aligned, I am. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. With the karmic board's cosmic mind aligned, I am. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. I am awake, alert, aligned. With the karmic board's cosmic mind aligned, I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. The mighty I am presence here in action. And now, just feel the presence of the lords of karma surround you in a circle of light. And may they help us in this meditation to consume our undesirable karmic ties, so we may be free and let those life streams, conditions, all free. So sit or stand with your back straight. If you want, you have the opportunity, a sofa near you, you can lie down with your thumb up, arms and legs slightly apart in a very comfortable position, or just stay sitting with the back straight and also relax. Focus your attention on your I am presence in your heart, then in your electronic body, and ask your presence to descend its powerful violet flame upon you. Also ask the lords of karma to pour their powerful violet flame on you. And visualize that you are standing or lying in the center of a violet flame bonfire. Feel the violet flame blazing, blazing and blazing in through and around you. Visualizing this bonfire of violet flame in through and around you, and the lords of karma surrounding you. Imagine the violet flame coursing through the entire atomic structure of your physical, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Just feel the violet flame coursing, sweeping, running through your cells. Feel the violet flame in through and around your four lower bodies. Feel the violet flame blazing in every cell of your being, transmuting all patterns of discord, cleansing and purifying your cells, tissues, organs, and chakras. So visualize the violet flame purifying the cells. Visualize the violet flame through and around your organs, especially if you have a problem in one specific organ or area. You can imagine the violet flame there blazing with the intensity. Then visualize the violet flame cleaning your chakras. Feel the purification of your four lower bodies. Feel the purification of your nervous system. Visualize the violet flame purifying this moment the spinal cord, the brain, and all the nerves from your body. Cleaning those channels where the light of God flows in your physical body. Visualize the violet flame sweeping also through your emotional body, cleaning the emotions. Visualize the action of the violet flame in your mental body, in your mental level, cleaning the pictures, patterns there. Then visualize the hundreds of thousands of lines of forces that come out of your aura and connect you with the people, conditions, and places that are part of your present and past. Every connection we have like a line of force connect us to that person that have crossed our path or is part of our lives today, and even with conditions, experience that we have or had throughout our embodiments. Note that these lines of forces are of different colors. Just feel by the power of your presence those lines and try to imagine the different colors, or if there is a part of your being in this area or here that might be with a denser color. Some are radiant with light and beautiful colors, indicating your bounds of love and light. They bring you positive memories and emotions. Others are dark, dirt colored, or even of a scarlet red, indicating your bounds of hatred. We can have it even if we don't realize it consciously. They bring you negative memories and emotions. Mentally now, ask your I Am Presence and the Lords of Karma to release currents and currents of violet flame through all lines of force that are in harmonious, connected with your aura, with your life stream. Feel the violet flame flowing through these lines of force to the extreme, where they touch the hearts of people, conditions, and places which keep you trapped in negative debts, memories, energies, and vibration. So if you could feel some areas where you may have in harmonies, lines of force, just visualize it with more intensity, the violet flame flowing in that area, in that line, to the extreme. Reach the heart of that condition or life stream. Feel the violet flame flowing through these lines of force to the extreme. Visualize the violet flame blazing through these lines of force, instantly dissolving all discordant substance within them. Just visualize the violet flame flowing, blazing, transmuting all discordant substance within those lines of force. Feel the violet flame blazing through those lines of force, transmuting all discordant substance within them. Feel for a few moments the living action of the violet flame sweeping through these lines of force and transmuting all your debts and karmic ties. Mentally ask the violet flame and the Lords of Karma to dissolve all the dense energies crystallized in these lines of forces in the present or in the past, with their causes and cores, memories, effects, and records in time and space. Ask the violet flame and the lords of karma to release you from all life streams and discordant conditions attached to you, whether from this incarnation or from past lives. Feel the work of the violet flame illuminating all the lines of forces connecting to your aura. Feel the illumination power of the violet flame action in all those lines of forces connecting to your aura. Feel the work of the violet flame and its illuminating power in through and around those lines of forces connected to your aura. Visualizing now that from your heart rays of love goes throughout these lines of forces, bring forgiveness, peace, comfort, joy, opulence, and blessings to everyone connected to you, especially to the people, conditions, and places with which you have maintained bonds of hatred, resentment, and disagreement. Ask your I Am Presence to bless everyone that one day you may have harmed, whether consciously or unconsciously. Ask your I Am Presence to illuminate all conditions and places that one day you may have polluted with your discordant emanations. Feel boundless love expanding from your heart, flowing through these lines of forces to those life streams, conditions, and places to whom you are in debt or who are indebted to you. Forgive and release all life streams that are indebted to you. Forgive and release all life streams that are indebted to you, no matter how difficult it is. Just forgive and release from now on all life streams that are indebted to you. Visualize the forgiveness flame of the violet flame dissolving these lines of force, send your blessing to these life streams and your desire that they may walk in freedom, guided by their I Am Presence, the presence of God within their hearts. Now ask for forgiveness and release from all life streams that you have consciously or unconsciously harmed. Just ask for forgiveness and release from all life streams that you have consciously or unconsciously harmed. No matter where they are in this moment, incarnated or not, just ask for forgiveness and release from those life streams that you have consciously or unconsciously had. Visualizing that the I Am presence in the hearts of these people completely frees you from these karmic debts. Visualizing the violet flame of forgiveness dissolving these lines of force or transmute them into bonds of friendship, love, and perfect cooperation. Send your gratitude to these life streams and your wish for them to be immensely blessed. Ask the universe to give them all the help and support they may need. Visualizing that they are happy, ascended, and free. Thank them for the forgiveness received and the opportunity to walk in freedom from this moment on. Visualize again all the lines of force that are connected to you. Note how they have been illuminated by our meditation, and that all dark and disharmonious lines of forces have completely disappeared. Visualize your body and aura glowing, glowing, and glowing, completely immaculate. Purified, free. Feel the flame of comfort flooding your heart, the flame of comfort from the heart of beloved Mahachohan, which is in the color of pink with the heart in gold. And give thanks to your I Am presence, the Lords of Karma, the violet flame, for the blessing you received. Then stand up if you are lying down, gently, and finish this exercise commanding. I am the pure and transcendent love of the heart of God, raising me above all human limitations. I am divine love, releasing me harmoniously from all karmic ties. I am divine love, releasing me harmoniously from all karmic ties. I am divine love, releasing me harmoniously from all karmic ties. I am just divine love flowing from me to everything connected to me, and from everything connected to me to me. I am just divine love flowing from me to everything connected to me, and from everything connected to me to me. I am just divine love flowing from me to everything connected to me, and from everything connected to me to me. I live in love. I only know love. I am the divine love operating in all that I am. I am grateful. And feel completely released. Feel completely released that no matter who might have had a karmic tie with you, now is completely free to walk in freedom, and you are also free to walk in freedom. Feel lighter, and you are. I am sure. And now, just visualize the violet flame blazing through and around this planet. Visualize the lords of karma surround the planet, and also beloved Saint Germain, Elohim Arcturus, Archangel Zadkiel, and all the great beings that work with the violet flame. Born great currents of violet flame in through and around this planet, in through and around our nations, in through and around our countries, in through and around all people. And let us feel that the violet flame also release all human beings from their negative accumulations. Visualize that the flame of forgiveness and forgetfulness just bless the hearts and minds of all human beings, and we just can forgive and forget whatever doesn't bring light and blessings to our lives. That you may start from zero with a new heart, with a new mind, completely aligned with our source, and we live in peace and fraternity in this planet. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And let us again send our love and gratitude to the Lords of Karma, to the violet flame. To all the masters that help us every day to overcome our limitations. Thank you, Lords of Karma. Thank you, Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat and the Violet Flame. And let us seal this work with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. from the point of love within the heart of God. Let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of man, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where human creation dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, let us take our water and finish the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved mighty and present Saint Germain, brotherhood of the royal Teton retreat, lords of the elements and powers of light, please charge this mineral water with the blessings from the ascended Master's octave of light, and put here all the substances you need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality and perfection of the ascended masters in our physical bodies. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. Let us visualize it. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. We are so thankful. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let us visualize this water become now a liquid fire, water, with all the qualities we need to transform our physical bodies into the perfection of God, to align and harmonize our etheric, emotional, and mental body, and to be an instrument, a good instrument for the use of the light on this planet. And so be it. Cheers, and let us drink it. Thank you, beloved mighty and presence. Now just place the attention on your hearts, feel in your heartbeat. God pulse and bring life to your body. Pour your love upon this inner Christ presence. Pour your love upon all ascended masters, archangels, cosmic beings of light, especially today upon beloved Saint Germain, Arcturus, Zadkiel, the ruler of the violet flame, the legions of the violet flame, the lords of karma, and all who have assisted us in our cause. Pour your love upon all life within this planet and earth itself. May this mantle of love seal everything and everyone. Bless and our life on this planet. May this love alone rule us all today and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved mighty and presence, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, our higher mental bodies, and cosmic beings of light, we sincerely send you our love and gratitude for all the blessings received and for all those yet to come. Take our decrees, visualizations, and multiply them thousands of times more each day and hour, make them ever increasing in their power until we have the momentum of light necessary to have them visibly manifest in our hands and use. For our blessings and the blessings of mankind and our life on earth, what we have called during our service for ourselves, we also call for all human beings, and to only love, wisdom, and power of God lift us up in the eternal victory of ascension. We are eternally grateful. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. With you, which is true, we accept it is true, we manifest it, we manifest it, we manifest it right now by the power of 1,000 suns and the light of God that never, never, never fails. I command, I demand, and it's done. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, we are going to continue our understanding of the karmic laws. I just took that article from that theosophical website that we started on last Friday, and I wrote it with my own words because the theosophical teachings sometimes they have lots of Sanskrit words and are a little difficult to understand. And sometimes, if I don't have the right words because of my limitations of the language, of the English, I can be confused when I try to explain them. So I just wrote that article in the language of the Ascended Master teachings, and we are going to read it together from the beginning. So it's the same. I put in on the comments of the last service the link for the article. So I just really took those laws and put in the words of the teachings today. The first item there, I go to start again and read it, the first two quickly because we did it last time. Karma, as you know, means action or deed in Sanskrit. It is the law of cause and effect that remains latent in the divine mind before the universe comes to light and becomes active when the universe manifests itself as visible, tangible form. This law is the root of all other laws. So it's the first law is essential to sustain the order and harmony of creation. So, dear hearts, normally we think karma, think just on the law of cause and effect of human beings, but this law enfolds the whole universe because the universe is made of causation, and the law of karma is the law of causation. So it's something bigger than we normally imagine. And the reason of this law, the first reason of this law is to hold order and harmony in the creation. So, and we need laws because if there were no laws in nature, we would never have means to become a master of substance, energy, and vibration. For example, if you planted apple seeds and instead of an apple tree, we got a banana tree, for example, we would never be able to plant something in this world. You can see If I am a farmer and I grow apples, and I don't know if my seeds you become an apple tree, how could I work with it? We could not have our supermarkets today, and so we needed to know the causation, what things, the laws of the things uh, to work with them. For example, if you unite an oxygen molecule with two hydrogen molecules under the right circumstance within a chemical laboratory, and sometimes obtained other from that is no other, one molecule of oxygen and two of hydrogen. But in another times, we just obtained another substance, something like earth, for example, not more water. How could we use the chemical table to promote benefits for humanity? If one day mint tea was good for the stomach problems, for example, and you know that is good, and the next day the mint was harmful to our stomach, what would become of herbal medicine? The shamans could not more work. So, through this succession of events or phenomena, we can understand how the laws of nature work, and thus use the divine intelligence within our hearts to use them to our advantage. And remember, the law of nature is the law of karma. And the second, ignoring karmic law only creates confusion in our lives and keep us prisoners of the illusion of this world. And it's so, because if I do not understand that the mint tea can be good for, I ignore that the mint can be good for my stomach. Sometimes maybe I drink it, I will go to have some benefit, but I never know because I ignore the law. I cannot use it. I can just use something when I comprehend it. If I ignore things, one day I can do right, but in another day I can do wrong. But if I understand and I have consciousness, awakened consciousness, I can use the law in my favor. Now, when we understand how this succession of external events that is connected with karma phenomena, how they produce certain negative or positive effects on our worlds, on mankind's world, on this planet, on this universe, we can use the law of causality, that is the law of karma, to rise above our human limitations. And for this reason, we need to comprehend it. And although nothing happens to someone without there being a cause, and I think you know it, I know it, most of us that we are in the teachings of the Ascended Masters, we know it. That if something happens to us or to someone, there is a cause. Might be in this life or in a past incarnation, but a cause there is for that. Know that is something good, but we shall not use it in a spiteful way. We all live thousands of incarnations, all of us, we are old life streams. We produce countless positive and negative actions throughout all our embodiments. So we cannot judge others. Wanting the karmic law to punish someone because we think they deserve it only crystallizes feelings of resentment and revenge in our own life streams, and this will create focus that attracts suffering to us. Therefore, let us be merciful to everyone in this world, because we might see someone doing something wrong in this incarnation, but maybe that life stream had done great amount of good in the past, but for some reason that life stream suffered a great trauma and become lost in the path. So when you see that life stream with our eyes, we see just that moment, but there are lots of things behind it that we might not see. So continue, karma and incarnation go together. If they didn't exist, it would be very difficult to understand the reason for individual and collective events in our lives and the world. For example, we would ask ourselves, how could God be kind, allowing some of his children to be born into harmonious, prosperous, resourceful families, and sometimes so hard, allowing other life streams to be born into conflictual, resourceless family. We could not understand it if were not karma and incarnation. We could not explain these things. It would be impossible to understand how God could allow a child to contract a disease like cancer, 1 year old or 2 years old child with a terrible disease. How God could be so bad doing that? We know that He's not God, but we know it because karma and incarnation. We could not understand how a good soul can suffer abuse. For example, a human suffering abuse of her husband. An unscrupulous individual to accumulate good wealth in a life that we are seeing that individual is doing lots of wrong, but life looks like good to him. Only through the study of these two disciplines, karma and incarnation, in the right way, can we understand the reasons for those events. Only through the perfect understanding of these laws can we rise as an individual, as humanity, above the limitations we created for ourselves. And then in the 50th item of that article, they told us about 3 basic types of karma. I just cut the Sanskrit words and put it in a simple way. So we have 3 basic types of karma, no? That is the whole reservoir of positive and negative karma that we accumulate throughout embodiments that has not yet been compensated. Then we have the partial karma that, together with the karmic board, before we come back, we choose to work on this embodiment. You see, we are older life stream. Sometimes we have a great amount of karma, and we cannot work all those things in one incarnation. So the law is so merciful that the law gives us the opportunity to decide to work just an amount of that big reservoir in one embodiment of good things or the bad things. Normally, we are more interested in the bad things because we don't like to suffer. And we have also the karma that we produce now through our actions in this present moment that adds to our reservoir, our big karmic reservoir. So sometimes the most average human beings, sometimes they decide to work something in this life, they do not work that, and they produce still more, especially negative karma. So when they go back to home after the incarnation, they have empty hands and still a bigger accumulation, especially negative accumulation. Just only when we awake and begin to understand life and just send love, we begin to exhaust those negative conditions. And of course, today we have the violet flame and other things, but we are going to talk about it soon. And then in the sixth item there is something like that. We all have a lot of karma to work, that reservoir, and even the partial karma sometimes is hard to work. And this cannot be changed, as any past action acts on the matrix of life and will reverberate somewhere in the time and space. Once you have done a cause that you vibrate and you produce some consequence somewhere, sometime in life. Often the consequence of an action, positive or negative, carried out 20 embodiments ago can manifest itself now. We do not always compensate for what we produce in just a previous embodiment. We don't always benefit just from a good deed committed in a previous embodiment. This adjustment is a little more complicated than we think. Hence, why the Ascended Master always warns us, never judge your brother and sister. This is because, except for these great ones on the light and the cosmic beings, most of us cannot see everything that is behind an event, posture, suffering, or gift that a being receives in the present moment. We may see someone receiving a privilege and judge that person, that individual doesn't deserve it. Maybe in this embodiment he doesn't deserve it, but he did something in the past that is bringing here in this moment some privilege that we might not understand. Of course, in this environment, he is producing a new cause by negative actions that you produce also maybe in another life. Things doesn't happen instantaneous. Of course, near we are, our ascension faster, the consequences may happen to us of our actions. But we are going to discuss another time about it. And that was the item that I most disagree in the article that I chose. But I let it because it's very important to understand that in the Theosophical movement at that time, we still didn't have the dispensations of beloved Saint Germain, the violet flame, the dispensation of beloved Armoria. So things improved from that time. And it's sure, I don't know, I am not connected with the theosophical people. I love the Titans, but I am not connected directly to them. That many of them might do not believe in the violet flame, for example, or in the power of affirmations. I don't know with all, but many of them might not believe just that just by using the violet flame we can dissolve in lots of accumulation, and I can understand it, but I am sure they are good people, and if they experiment with the violet flame, they are going to see the results by themselves. But that was the only point in the article that I might disagree a little bit, and I put it in my way here. So, but there is some reason behind what they say, and I go to explain it now. Affirmations, visualizations, meditation, many techniques we use today to improve our character and recreate our world in the order we decided do not alter past karma. An action done was done and will have a consequence. And that is right. It's right because sometimes through our affirmation, visualizations, meditations, to all the techniques that we are using, we are just producing new causes, not altering the old karma. And sometimes we have the opportunity, the mercy by the Lords of Karmas to compensate by our efforts in affirmation, visualizations, meditations, to compensate many things in parallel realities and words. That's something more complex, and I might not talk too much in this moment. An action done was done and it will have a consequence. That is. So what happens when you work with the violet flame or affirmations? In fact, we are producing new causes that join the general matrix of our individual and collective karma. And if there is sincerity and commitment in our work, if we change it in ourselves, the virtue inside ourselves, we change our character, we understand the law, we can build a new constructive momentum. I put it wrong there, not momentum, but momentum, that will override the previous moment. So that cause is there, that old cause is there, but I am now producing a new moment that is opposed to that cause. And what happens? The new moment becomes so strong that override, and when it's override, the effects of that cause disappear. So that is what really happened. And so, for example, suppose we are a king in the Middle Ages, a period in which we know many wars happen on the planet, and that because of our desire, because we command, because we desire for power, for dominion, thousands of people were unjustly massacred on the planet. This has generated a great big negative karma for us that we will have to compensate for, perhaps through several embodiments, creating benefits for the life streams that we have annihilated in that time of war. I don't know, I reposted an article of beloved Saint Man that he talks exactly about this compensation using the violet flame from an old karma. And so, assuming that we are experiencing today in this embodiment a series of oppression, opposition, and we make affirmations, we use the violet flame, but we do not notice any real effect on this condition. Sometimes because we are compensating something very intense, a cause that was so big, so intense of the past. And no matter how you use the violet flame, we cannot dissolve or override that cause because it was so intense. So there is no point to rebelling against this and losing faith in the use of the violet flame or affirmations of God or in the power of the ascended masters. Because it's not written, but there are certain conditions that we cannot simply dissolve through the violet flame. The most things, yes, but not all the things. Without there being a transmutation of our character, and not only the transmutation, for example, I was a tyrant, now I understand it, and I become altruist. First the change, and then we need also to add to it the spontaneous desire to make up for the lives, for example, we took in the past. Supposing that we were that king in the past and that we just annihilate many lives through war. So I needed to have my spontaneous desire to save thousands of more lives through my actions in this present moment. We cannot impose suffering without attracting the same to ourselves. But suppose we have understood this law perfectly, we have understood our mistakes, we regret that, we change our characters. Through our work with decrease, visualizations, or expansion of love and blessings to the world, or through some benefit we can bring to the race, we may alleviate part of that negative moment or perhaps eventually compensate it completely in the same embodiment. See, the work is complex. Sometimes we can do, sometimes not. For example, a famous spiritual master that is working now with thousands and thousands of students, a doctor, good soul that is doctor, scientist, or a very beautiful artist. Through his work, they can benefit thousands of people in a short period of time. Who could say why these individuals are so great now? Perhaps they have understood the law, have compensated it, and act today just impersonally to bless the race. But those are just few ones, very few ones. Because most of them may be understood what they have done, understood the law in the inner words, and just proposed before the karmic board to perform this special role in this embodiment, and thus through this role exhaust a large part of their negative karma of that incarnation, supposing they were that king, just in one incarnation now. So we do not always experience some suffering due to a negative action in the past. We do not always receive a gift as merit for something good we did in the past. Most of the times, yes, but not always. There are things that happens to exhaust our proposed karma, that karma that we discussed with the karmic board to work in this incarnation. But there are also things that happen that we do not deserve, but that are allowed by the lords of karma because the unfair suffering of the moment will be compensated by a privilege that we might become in the future. For example, perhaps there is someone, suppose in a plane crash, who was not destined to die there. We cannot say everyone in that plane, in that catastrophe, was destined to die. Sometimes not. But the lords of karma realized that by allowing that individual that was not destined to die to suffer something undeserved, a special gift could be given to them in a future incarnation that will benefit a large number of people in the world. So therefore, they allow that life stream to die in a plane crash without having being destined to that in that moment. So there is something that happens to us, can be good and can be also bad, that's just permitted by the law of karma. Of course, we may have discussed it in the inner words that we would suffer something now that we do not deserve to become a gift, something good in the future. If we are very light, can be also in this incarnation, or maybe in the average people, you'll be in a future incarnation. Therefore, karmic adjustments are more complex than we imagine. This wonderful guidance intelligence see the past, present, and future at the same time. And sometimes, in the name of the highest good, they may allow suffering in the moment so that the future grace can be given, or vice versa. Just they do it not by pressure. They do it when they see that is the best for the greater good. But this adjustment, this karmic adjustment, is not so easy as we think to be. So the eighth was something like that. All beings are subject to karmic law, and it's sure even God obeys his own laws when he acts within his manifest creation. When God is action through us here, he is obey his own law. I am God, you are God, everyone is God, and we are obeying our own laws as this great being of light. And we need also to understand that there is individual, group, family, national, planetary karma, and others that we may not expect at, but maybe in the future. So, and something that many have questioned me in private message in the past, and I put here just to tell them the animals do not have individual karma because the animals do not have individualization, and they belong to a group soul, and so they do not have a causal body, and you have um, individual karma just when you become your causal body, because it is in the causal body that is stored all our actions or our wishes, treasures that we accumulate through lives. So before it, of course, the animals are under the general karma, the planetary karma, the nation karma, things like the earth karma, but they don't have individual karma. And we may talk about it also a little more in the future. So, reincarnation and karma were part of Christianity until the 6th century AD. And this concept was removed from the Bible. I think many of you know that because they decided that it did not serve the interest of the church, but is told that is still today a small privileged group of mystics of this religion and other religions that might say they do not believe in karma is still being taught in these laws, not for the average mass, but in the small Christ. And to finish the article, the only way to free ourselves from negative karma is to stop setting negative causes in motion. And I think all of us know that. There is no need explanation. Through the power of our attention and the constructed qualification of electronic substance, we can gain mastery over our thoughts, words, feelings, actions, living to bless the world and bring relief, motivation, and hope to the people that we become into contact with in our daily routine. But we must remember that we should not do this selfishly. We started doing it. I think many times we started doing it selfishly. And it's better to do it selfishly than do not do. But we shall not do it selfishly to create good karma for us, because as long as there is a self motive behind our action, even a good action, we will be trapped within the wheel of incarnations. To free ourselves completely, we need to learn to do good just by loving what is good for the sake of good, by the desire to act correctly and to do our best every way. Only when we become impersonal will we become free of the law of incarnation. That means to have the privilege of the resurrection and the ascension. And we are going to be God-free beings, not to escape our obligations, but because we fulfill God's will joyfully and humbly in every our move, physically, etherically, emotionally, and mentally in this world. And see, we might talk about it in another time, but sometimes many spiritual students, they fool themselves because they start doing affirmations of meditations or of decrees, but behind that there is a selfish purpose. They would like to have their ascension. Of course, there is I just do it because I want my ascension. It's not the way. I do it with my ascension or without my ascension. I learned that I need to focus myself in the good because that is the best thing for everyone. That is impersonal. But I cannot do things just to have my ascension. Or something that someone that started doing good, maybe in a step of the past, we can accept it, but before the ascension, they needed to let it go. They started doing good just to get the attention of others, to say that they are good. So you see, I am so wonderful. I am an enlightened being. I just explain the love to others. You see, I am doing it, but I am aggrandizing myself. I just want that the people sees that and tells me, "Oh, you are wonderful, you are amazing," and then I feel so good because the people, yes, acknowledge me as a good person. So it's selfish behind something selfish behind the good action. And many of us, sometimes we do it unconsciously. We do good things, but there is something behind our action, self. And we might fool ourselves and say that we are doing for that, but in fact, inside of us, there is another intention there. And so we need to overcome it to get really free, completely free, forever free. Because the ascended master, they do things called not to become acknowledgement, applauses, and gifts, love, recognition, and so on from no one. They just do it because they are those beings of love. They are one with love. They cannot do anything else so different of that. And that we need to learn to do impersonal. You see, not more conditioned. You see, if I put like for you, you put a like for me. If I don't put a like for you, you don't put a like for me anymore. Because how I go to put a like for her because she's not doing like it for me. But you were not seeing, for example, I have a crazy life that I am asking every day. And I put in my karmic petition that the karmic laws might give me wisdom to organize my tasks every day because I feel sometimes overwhelmed. I do everything by love, but I have many duties, and to fulfill all them is a little complicated. Maybe because I am not seeing how to do it in an easier way, and I am asking for that. For example, if I stay in Facebook and see all the posts of everyone, when I see here, sometimes just to respond, put small likes in my own things, it's just gone 30 minutes, 1 hour. So I do, for example, I don't have time. If I had, I would read all those people that are connected to me, but I don't have this time because otherwise I cannot fulfill my daily task. And so sometimes this example, no, that I use in myself, I don't put a like for you because I didn't have time to read off your post because I don't have this time in my life. Even when I want it, I don't have this. And so you see, sometimes someone doesn't do something for us and you might judge it. Oh, she's not doing that, I don't go. So that is condition. That is condition. And so there is still selfishness within us. And we can only raise above human limitations. When you go, we started doing what we shall do. without thinking in what the others are doing. I just occupy with my own being, and that in doing what is the right thing to do in the every moment without judging others, and that is becoming impersonal. Impersonal, and we may discuss it more in another time. And here I took these famous words of Reinhold Niebuhr, I think it's the right pronunciation, I don't know. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the different. Since I heard it from the first time in Brazil, I don't know, 20 years ago, I never forgot these words. It's always in my mind because I think in this small sentence we have really briefly what we need to understand and to understand the laws of life and do our best in our lives. So God granted me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. There are things that we cannot change. And I need to hold myself in perfect harmony because I cannot change that thing. I am doing my best and I got cancer. That can happen. That can happen with me. I am doing my best. I saw an ascended master invisible, intangible body, but sometimes I can get a disease like that. I don't know. I hope not. So, but maybe because I need to pay something of the past. Maybe it's not with this incarnation, with what I am doing that. And so it doesn't matter. I cannot complain about it. I needed to accept it and do my best. And then the second item, courage to change the things I can. So first I accept the things, and then I go to see if I can do something. If, for example, I got a terrible disease, I cannot change it. I have it. I am doing my best. I think I have done all my best, especially in the last 15 years. I have mistaken a lot in the past, sure. I was such a tempered person in the past, and I wronged people too, for sure. I remember things like that I did, small things, but I remember all the things. But today I am good. I am trying to do my best every day. I can mistake, but I correct myself too. But I can get something so bad like that. It doesn't matter that I am doing my best now. I got it. I cannot complain about it. So after accept it, doesn't matter. I get it. So I need to face it. I need to face it in the best I can. And so I need to have courage to see if I can do something. I can go through a treatment, I can do it, I can do that to heal myself. So if there is an option to heal myself, I go to do it. But for example, if there is anything I can do, and I see and feel I am in my last breath, I just say, yes, beloved I am presence, I did my best. I hope it exhausted an old karmic accumulation and it's done. Take my being into your hands. But of course, if there is some opportunity to heal, to do something, to work on that, I go to do it. I need to have courage to try to change the things in my life. But I needed, in the end, what is their wisdom to know the difference. To know the difference. The things that I needed to accept and I cannot do anything. I just need to accept and be calm and let it in the hands of God. And the things that I might work on that, I need to have courage to work on it and make it better for myself or for this world in this moment. And for that, I need illumination. I need wisdom to understand it is different. What I must accept and I cannot change, and what I need courage, energy, vitality to change in my life. That is wisdom. And so we finish here, and let us send our love and gratitude to the Royal Teton Retreat, to the Lords of Karma, to beloved Saint Germain, the Violet Flame, and may they help us to understand the laws of life, to understand that we are here for one reason, and that we shall do our best, the best of our ability in this moment. And that they help us to know that, to have this knowledge, to have this wisdom, to have this discernment inside us. And also let us send our love and gratitude to the beloved mighty young presence here, there, and everywhere. And remember that presence is one. We cannot divide the I am presence. The I am presence in me is the same of the I am presence in you. Our individuality is from our higher mental body below. So to say, it's not below, but we put things in this language, but the electronic body, the core of the electronic body of all of us is the same. Then we have our individuality, and then our personality. The spiritual being is the same. So let us see the presence of God, that great being, in everyone in our lives. And let us call for that spiritual being in every human heart to expand and bring that light visibly manifest in the world. And let us close this service with this blessing. Beloved, mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond. For I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And dear, I forgot to change it there. So next week we are going to have a vlog 24, not 23 anymore. And I don't know, I go to let Saint Germain inspire me, but you can suggest something. I think we need to discuss a little bit more this loss. And then we are going to finish the Karmic board season for this year. And then we have few months to work with our bodies until we start another 7 sacred weeks season. Times go so fast. So if you'd like to suggest something, I accept your suggestion, or I let the Master inspire me what to do on next Friday. And I hope to see you. And to finish, I just want, please, have the most beautiful, wonderful, blessed weekend with your families, friends, and enjoy it. Enjoy as you are using the tools, as you are perfecting yourself, also enjoy the presence, the process. Enjoy the process. Don't think just in the goal, in the finished goal. Just enjoy all the process. And that is the way. And I hope you do so. And you have also a wonderful week. And I see you next Friday on our sacred time. So I love you. I bless you. And see you. Ciao, ciao. And don't forget to, in the June 3rd, in your evening before sleep, or in July 1st, to burn your karmic petition and send it to the Lords of Karma by a short form. So have a blessed time. Ciao, ciao.